So, if you are not aware, I absolutely despise Florida's Surgeon General, Dr. Ladapoo, who has been constantly pushing disinformation and misinformation about COVID vaccines, who has went against the Advisory Council for Immunization Practices and the CDC's recommendations and told young people do not get the COVID vaccine, only old people and immunocompromised people need it. And then more recently, Dr. Ladapo has been saying that there's DNA fragments in the COVID shots that are going to insert in your genes and cause gene distortions. And it's terrible. You shouldn't get it. And finally, after doing this for a very long time now, the FDA has finally blasted Ladapo's claims, where Peter Marks, the director of FDA's Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research, has finally stated the truth, saying that um, the Florida Surgeon General's latest letter, where he made these claims, is misleading and it is disinformation. Where Dr. Ladapo, the Surgeon General of Florida, questioned whether the shot's lipid nanoparticles could ferry contaminant DNA into human cells and whether the presence of simian virus SV40 promoter enhancer DNA may also pose a unique and heightened risk of DNA integration into host cells, which for anyone who heard the claim first just knew that it's patently false. Where Marks from the FDA responded by saying that there are no SV40 proteins present in the vaccines and that it is quite implausible that the residual small DNA fragments located in the cytosol could find their way into the nucleus through the nuclear membrane present in intact cells and then be incorporated into chromosomal DNA. And this is largely because they're just damaged residual fragments. They don't encode for anything, they don't do anything. Like, if it was like a virus that was a full DNA strand, maybe then it could do something. But because that one, it's a foreign invader, two, it would have to then do something specific to inject itself into the host cells and then rewrite and recode. That's incompletely, that would never happen. So when we hear words like implausible, like you might be, oh, that doesn't happen. Like that literally does not happen. That's about as stern as scientists will be when they disprove someone's statement. And also, in response to Ladapo's letter, Marks from the FDA was saying that the challenge we continue to face is the ongoing proliferation of misinformation and disinformation about these vaccines, which results in vaccine hesitancy that lowers vaccine uptake. And given the dramatic reduction in the risk of death, hospitalization, and serious illness afforded by the vaccines, lower vaccine uptake is contributing to the continued death and serious illness toll of COVID 19, which is a fancy way of saying, Ladapo, you are killing people by saying these lies. And then to be even clearer, the FDA is restating that based on a thorough assessment of the entire manufacturing process, the FDA is confident in the quality, safety, and effectiveness of the COVID vaccines. And like any true coward who has no real substance behind their arguments, Ladapo has not responded for comments on the FDA's response letter.